I came here, I was just a musician, you know? I was like a blank slate. And I started finding, like, I started playing in a band. I started recording others. I started making beats. I started doing sound for smaller movies. You know, holding the boom mic on set, just anything and everything that could pay me, but like help me out, learn more than anything. It wasn't like, for me, it wasn't like, oh, I gotta get this money. It was like, I really want to learn this because in India we don't have the tools, or we didn't have the tools back then, or the resources to learn about the music industry. So I really, honestly, for the most part, I was recording people because that's where I wanted to head. My first, you know, when I came there, I wanted to have a studio. But over years, you know, it's become so common for everybody to have an interface and a mic and stuff like that, that it's just become extremely common. Soon, in a year or 2 years, I kind of gave that dream up because everybody had a studio. Everybody had a mic, $70 mic, say $100 interface and $100 speakers. You good. That's all you need. All you need is Logic or, you know, Pro Tools. You know, I came to music school and I realized that what I was being taught was from 5 years ago. You know, and what I was gonna learn was probably not gonna apply for the next 5 years. So I started kind of understanding and trying to apply myself and really understand what the music industry was practically versus what I was learning at school in the books. I was going to the Musicians Institute in Hollywood, and I graduated from there, and I did an entertainment business bachelor's degree, a Bachelor of Science from the Los Angeles Film School.
How was your experience there? Even though they weren't teaching you the current methods, right?
Yeah, I got to work with one of Michael Jackson's engineers, David Isaac. Shout out David Isaac. You know, he was one of my day one teachers, and he really like took me under his wing and was like, "I believe in you. Like, don't worry. Like, you got it. Don't be scared of the equipment and, you know, stuff like that." But one of the first people that really pushed me at music school was Red Rum. You know, that's somebody that's been on your on your platform before.
You're talking about Red Rum from Inglewood.
Right.
Okay. Originally, he rapped on "Bangin' on Wax."
Right. That's him.
Okay. Did you ever listen? I doubt you guys were getting "Bangin' on Wax" in India, huh?
Actually, ironically, this is the story me and Rum used to always laugh over. My uncle, he used to stay in LA, right? And I used to always ask him to bring me video games for the PS1, and you know how it is. Like, you got an uncle that's living in the US, you gonna ask him for some too. He used to bring me basic shit like Twix, and I'd be so like, you feel me? I'd be like flabbergasted, like, whoa, like I wanted Grand Theft Auto San Andreas because you can find it in India then. And instead of that, I feel like he went to one of the swap meets or something. He was trying to save him some dollars. He got the ripped off CDs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The ones you could rip the game off on the PC games. And it was Bangin' on Wax. And he thought it was like a video game because it was like, you know, kind of like gangstered out, like extra out. And he was like, whoa, this looks like animated. Like, this is probably like a video game. And he got me the CD, and I put it in my dad's computer. That shit was music. So, you know, I for sure remember that, but it came to me realization later, you know.
Yeah. So, how did you even meet Red Rum in the first place?
It's a crazy story. I've been working on music for, you know, years. At the point where I had went to music school, I was just an engineer and a guitar player and a musician. You know, I love music. I was ready to play any role. But I got in, like, you know, moving to the inner city or different parts of the inner city in LA County, I started mingling more with hip hop. You know, having a diverse background, I was always open to it, understood it, and listened to artists like Kendrick Lamar and stuff. But now I was really making beats using my instruments and sampling and, you know, trying to learn that. And in the process, I started producing and trying to build my own team. Those people kept going to jail again and again and again, like literally. They'll get out, we'll make one song, I'll produce them thinking I was, you know, basically I was banking on somebody else to blow up. And when they kept going to jail, all of my friends, you know, just repeatedly kept, you know, dying or going to jail basically, I just thought like, you know, I gotta do this for myself. I can't keep waiting for everybody, you know? Not like that, but basically, you know, I was like, maybe I should try it. And it kind of took a turn for the better, to say.
And some of these artists that were going to jail, were they from like different hoods, different
Yeah,
gangs?
like different hoods. You know, first, I don't know why. Ironically, when I first moved here, probably because of, you know, certain friends. I had a lot of friends that were from different hoods and that were actively gangbanging in the streets and stuff like that. And I felt like that's probably what, that's why Rum kind of gravitated towards me, you know, because it was all these artists out there in LA that were starting to make their own sound and stuff like that, but they were all like, you know, they couldn't really make too much music with different people. Like they couldn't really, you know, collaborate with so many artists. In LA, the number one problem people have while making music with others is wondering where somebody is from. And with me, Red Rum didn't have to really you know, worry about that, because I'm from India and that's, you know, what I represent.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, necessarily I grew up in certain parts of the hood and certain cities with certain people, you know, and closely, you know, I still understand that my purpose, and even, you know, this is what Rum and I will always have a conversation about, that he gravitated towards me because he realized that I was in the middle of, and, you know, basically in the mix, but I still understood that I was, you know, I had a purpose of, you know, actually being the voice to my people rather than just fitting in. I was okay with standing out, you know. Growing up, I was always the black sheep.
Did you get an opportunity to do any music with Red Rum?
Yes, we actually have a tape together that was gonna drop soon. I have a G-Funk song with him. I put him on with something, on a new West Coast song with Jag. Shout out Chubby Jag, you know. And we have a lot of, like, actually we have like at least 5-6 songs in the wall.
I've known Red Rum a long time, but he never told me he was sick.
Right.
I guess he just wanted to keep that to himself. What did you know about what he was going through?
He's a very strong individual. For him, you have to think of him like, you know, he's always had to put on that smile, and always, in many ways, like, I don't know how to explain it to you, like, he felt like he was one of those people that felt like he didn't need anybody's sympathy, you know. And he worked solely off the fact, like, he was doing, even till he was, you know, his last few days, he was really inclined on still doing music, releasing projects, you know. So for him, being from where he was from in the community growing up, and, you know, Death Row Records, banging on wax, still kind of being blackballed, because, you know, for the figure he was in the, like, black community in LA, giving back not only to his city or just to overall, not only the card that he was from, but also, you know, like LA as a whole, people, he was really blackballed, you know, for his contributions. So for him, he had always, from day one, he had to put on that, I'm okay, it's okay, it's fine. Like, knowing him closely, he didn't want nobody to know nothing was going on, even till the last few days.
Yeah.
He'd tell me, I'd be like, Pops, what's going on? He'd be like, I'm all right, focus on you. I want you to, you know, get it going, even if I can't be here.
So are you gonna release that music soon?
Yes, definitely. In many songs, I've commemorated him and shouted him out, and now I'm dropping some of the music. It's just as dear to me because, you know, when I was homeless, he took me in as his, like, damn near like his own kid. And I would actually, you know, for a while, sometimes when I didn't have a place to stay, or, you know, for days at the end, he would let me stay at his house on 112th and Parmalee, right there in Watts. That itself was a different, you know, culture, because him being the strong person he was always trying to uplift every community around him, you know. Even musically, he would shoot videos for people. He would always have his camera with him. He was like a very hands-on, like he was for the community. He wasn't against it, you know.
Yeah, he shot a lot of footage, but he didn't often post it.
Right.
He didn't post it.
It's probably still footage out there.
Where do we know where all his footage is at?
Actually, I don't, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I was so in close cahoots with him and the family, I actually don't know where it's at. But, you know, it's probably, you know, somewhere there.
Did he have a wife or a girlfriend?
Yes.
She probably would know.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
I actually haven't dug deep into it because me personally, you know, it kind of affected me too much. Transitioning to America, and him being one of the first people that was like a teacher and a mentor to me, and somebody that really, really loved me and, you know, cared for the well-being of me, that affected me so much. I kind of just, you know, sometimes you don't want to keep going back over there or, you know, touching those subjects because it's a touchy place sometimes, you know.